Welcome to the Whitetail Obsession Podcast with Dave Richmond and co-host Chris Worthing, where we talk and teach everything deer and turkey hunting related. Follow along as we help teach you tips and techniques about hunting, food plots, and habitat management strategies that everyone can use.
Podcast 128, Chris can't fish.
Oh my.
He can't fish. He can't row a boat.
Dude, I scold you.
In what?
Spanked you
No.
in catching dinks.
This is false information.
I was catching them dinks, pulling them dinks out.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of dinks down there.
So,
But let's not disclose the area, but let's talk about what we did.
Yeah. So, the past, I guess, couple years, me and Chris kind of have like a little annual fishing expedition that we do. And I came up, today's Friday, but so the previous weekend came up and we went fishing. Brought my canoe up, and Chris now is an official owner of a electric bike.
Yeah, for sure.
He bought himself an electric bike off of me, so now
Dude,
he
I
has
put
an electric
50
bike.
miles on that already.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yep. Yeah, every night after work this week, I ran out from where I live to what's called the Laurel Fields,
Mhm.
and it's what is it? It's like a 9-mile round trip.
Right.
So I did 27 miles that way, and then last night I only did 6. So, and then we went to
Yeah.
Farmers Inn from my place on the bikes, and then I just been trolling the neighborhood with it. Yeah, I got like 50 miles on it.
Right.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so Chris has a bike now. And then we took the canoe up and we fished a undisclosed river. And well, Friday night we fished just off the bank, right? And we found this couple little spots. Almost stepped on a snake. I'm upset about it.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
we were walking through the
Copperhead.
water. Yes, copperhead. And that was not cool. But we found
I see them down there quite often.
yeah. I just I showed you a picture earlier. I saw a black snake today, but so we found this spot and we were just fishing off the rocks, but I caught a walleye. Right? Caught a walleye. And you have been fishing this area for what, 30 years?
Oh my gosh. Started coming here when I was 11. I'll be 54 here soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, 40 years at least fishing the river.
Yeah, so I caught
anybody that's caught them except to the north of me and to the south of me.
Mm-hmm. So I was using a jerk bait, a 4-inch jerk bait, and we were just casting right off this rock, reeling it in. We were catching tons of smaller bass. Chris caught several really nice. Yeah, he caught some really nice trout.
That was really crazy. We just was in one spot and just kept catching.
Yeah. Yep. And you were using what, a little Rapala?
I was using Rapalas.
Yep. I was using a jerk bait, and what was that other one I used? It was a that little locust thing. What was that?
You had a crayfish one.
Crayfish. I was using the because I have another one, like a cicada looking one.
Yeah.
I was using a crayfish, caught a little bass, but that night, like Friday night, was like really cool. Caught a lot of fish. You caught that really nice rainbow brown trout. That's what it was.
Well, I caught the really big one was a brown.
Yeah. Next one was a rainbow.
Yeah, those other ones were rainbows.
Yep. And then
they were good too, actually.
Yep. And then I made you famous on TikTok.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So
So
Well, you
so
can tell a story.
I catch this rainbow, and I it hit hard, and I was bringing it in quick, and the rock we were standing on was too far down to dip a net in to bend over and get it. So I pulled the fish up over the rock, and as I'm pulling the fish up, the fish falls off the line, and I recognized that my lure just broke, but the treble hook was still in the fish's. It had both its lips pinned shut, and it's flopping on the rock. Well, the rock is sloped downhill, and the fish is flopping and trying to get back to the water. But I'm trying to pin the fish down on the rock. I dropped it, I don't know how many times, and then it was like soccer game they were going for a little while. It was flopping, and I was kicking it back up the rock and trying to get my hands on it and without getting hooked because it was a brand new lure and somehow it broke. And those hooks were mighty sharp. And yeah, I was playing soccer with this thing and dropsies and whatever else you might say. And then all of a sudden, somehow it spit the hook out, went flying. I seen it go into the water, and I did pin the thing down and get it picked up. Did I not?
Hmm.
Pretty sure I did. But the whole time, I hear nothing behind me. That's because Yo-Yo over there. Let me point. Which way am I pointing? That way. That guy over there. That guy over there. He's behind me filming me. And he's like, this is going on TikTok. So we didn't even get out of that area. Within the first hour, would you have 3,000 views?
Yeah, it was like 3,000 views, and then
Bro had gear.
yeah,
Somebody
yeah, so,
commented, why does bro have so much gear?
yep, yeah. Well, the funniest part was I was filming you struggling and trying to pick this fish up, but then you like slowly turned around, and I had my phone there. You thought I was taking a picture, and you like posed for the camera because you
Yeah,
thought I was taking a picture, and
right.
the whole time I was just filming.
Just filming.
And yeah, and then I put it on TikTok, and it's up to like, I don't know, 20,000 views or something.
Yeah, so I was playing dropsies with this fish. The poor thing. I mean, well, I don't know. When we put it back in the water, it swam off. I can't believe it didn't kill itself flopping the way it
Hmm.
was.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good rainbow. And then, uh, man, they got a tough palate when the hook goes up in there. Whew. That other one I caught, like we were both working on it and uh, tore that tore that hook out of the roof of its mouth with the hemostats. Dave
Yep.
loves that.
Hemostats.
Dave
Hemostats.
loves hemostats. And that thing was bleeding all over the place and squeaking. Remember, it
Hmm.
was going.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I remember.
It was making all kind of noise. He goes, "Why is it making that noise?" I said, "Because I'm squeezing the crap out of it, trying to
Right.
hold on to it, and get this hook out." But that
Hmm.
one made it out alive too.
Yeah.
The
Well,
big,
then
the big, the big brown was the one that acted like he wasn't going to live, and it took a while.
yeah, it came
Like I don't,
came back though.
yeah, I don't know what the heck that was all. But I had it in and out of the water quicker than the other rainbows.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. So we kept catching them there for a while, basically till just before dark, I guess, and then
yeah,
the next morning we took two cars and we dropped the canoe out and we went into the river and we were catching them, I mean, pretty good.
yeah,
um went Saturday morning, and I was using a buzz bait
mm-hmm.
and on, right on top water, and I was like, I was
He was using that.
hammering.
He was using a bunch of stuff at first, and then
Yeah, yeah.
switched to the buzz bait, and you got caught a couple, and then you went back and forth, and then uh, yeah, to my surprise, he was catching them on buzz baits, and I was like, I never seen anybody use a buzz bait down here, let
Hmm.
alone catch fish on them, you know. But I will admit to this. I will admit to this. I was catching dinks all day long, but the ones he did catch on the buzzbait, they were nice sized bass.
Yeah, they were bigger.
So evidently you weren't getting that many strikes on it at first, but the ones that were hitting it, they were good ones. They were nice bass. So I mean, if you're targeting larger bass, that buzzbait was the way to go. Whereas
Yeah.
I was just trying to catch anything I could.
Well, we were catching them on little 3-4
Little stick
inch
baits. Yeah.
jerk baits or whatever.
Yeah, little
But then
stick bait.
we were switching back and forth. But that buzz bait just kind of, and I really wasn't hitting them, as I was reeling them in,
Hmm.
like far distances. I was catching them like as soon as it would hit the water within the
Yeah.
first like 2
Couple
seconds.
couple of cranks. Yeah.
Right, right there they would just hammer it. Um, but that was pretty cool. And then we actually we went down further than we normally do, and that second half there kind of was crappy.
Yeah, that was the
We didn't
Dead
we didn't
Sea.
yeah, we didn't catch much there. And then I mean, but we still caught a fair amount of fish in the morning on that
Oh yeah.
first
Yeah. Oh
on
yeah.
the first half. I mean, we hit them pretty good.
We yeah, we probably mimicked what we caught Friday night and Saturday morning.
Yep.
We probably mimicked those two.
Yeah.
And
And then
then we took another trip Saturday night.
yes, but we missed the most important piece here is that for the long time listeners, everybody knows that Chris gassed out last year and he made me cut my anchor.
Oh,
Well,
we're gonna go into the anchor story.
yeah, so he made me cut my anchor last year, right? So then this year, this past weekend, I had a brand new anchor, never had any problems. I throw the anchor out all the time when I fish the river by my house, and I threw the anchor out. What do you know? It was in such strong current, I couldn't pull myself back, and guess what I had to do? I had to cut the anchor again.
Again, two anchors
Again,
in the river.
2 anchors, 2 years in a row. That's all your fault.
It isn't my fault. I always
So,
tell you, do not throw that anchor.
yeah, well, never I don't listen.
We have to look into one of them things that slows you down. It's like a net or something that you drag behind the boat. Like
Yeah.
it's supposed to slow you down. I mean, it doesn't stop you, but
Well, like the
maybe.
river I fish by my house, well, it's an hour away, but I it's a fast flowing river and I throw it out every time. Like I throw it out 50 times uh, per trip. Never had a problem. But that
Jeez.
river of yours, I don't know, we get stuck.
Yeah.
It's weird. But
There's
anyway,
lots of boulders that
yeah.
the rope and everything must go right between them and get lodged in there. There's lots of
Hmm.
snags too. I mean, how many?
Yeah.
We didn't lose a whole lot of stuff. I lost 2 lures and one of them fell right off because
Well,
I was blind. I was probably blind and didn't tie that knot.
trying to remember, I lost something. I think I lost a jerk bait, or maybe I lost a buzz bait too. I can't remember.
I don't know. Then you set me up and gave me a broken buzzbait to try.
Yeah, I told Chris I said, dude, try a buzz bait, and I gave him one, but the flipper on it was wouldn't flip.
Yeah.
But I bought 4 new ones, so I'm ready to. I have
I think
you
what I'm
know.
gonna do is buy a medium rod, like medium action rod or something.
Hmm.
Because the rods I have are set up like trout rods. They're like light duty, 6 pound line on them. Maybe 8. I can't remember. I think it's 6 though.
All mine
And
have 12 pound test.
so I think what I'll do is I'll buy a heavier rod because boy, I was trying to use that buzz bait that you did give me, and it was the rod was already bending, just having it hanging on the end of the line, you know. And then when
Hmm.
I cast it out there and tried to reel on it, it was like felt like I was dragging a fish in already.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
definitely
So
need some bigger gear.
yeah, that morning trip, it was definitely a combination of jerk bait and buzz baits. They were the hot lures there. And
Yeah.
then we did the same trip minus we didn't go past the second half on the evening trip, but we
Yeah, we
decided
learned
to,
that lesson.
yep, we wanted to go again So we basically put it in the same spot, but we just took out, before way before we took out the morning trip. But that trip was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
We still caught fish. I still caught them on the buzzbait. We still caught them on jerk baits.
Yeah, it was slow going though. I mean,
Yeah, it was just way less.
we got so spoiled after Friday night and Saturday morning that we just thought we was going to crush them on Saturday night because conditions just felt so good. And I think some of the problem though was overstimulation. There was a lot of people in the river canoeing and tubing and stuff, making noise, and you'll have that on weekends.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we probably caught maybe a third of the fish that we caught in the morning. I would say probably a third. But yeah,
quite possibly. But
buzzbait, way to go.
overall though, I mean, we figured between the two of us, we caught easily 50 bass,
Oh yeah.
not caught and tried or the
Yeah,
walleye,
the walleye. Yep.
But yeah, which was weird because when we got out on the water, we never caught a trout.
Nope.
We never caught one out of the boat.
Just
Off the
off the
shore, we
shore.
did. Yep, that
Yep.
was very odd to me.
Yeah.
But that Friday night just blew my mind. I caught those 3 really good trout. You caught a walleye, which should never have been there, to my knowledge, anyhow. But I did talk to somebody, and I think I told you this. I talked to somebody and mentioned that to them about a walleye being up that high in the river. And he said, where we took out at on the long trip in the morning, down there, one of his buddies had caught a walleye down there the week before. So either they're migrating down from Kinzu or coming up from Clarion area, and somewhere meeting in the middle right there. And I kind of like it. I hope I start to see them and start to catch them there.
They're gonna bite your finger off.
I hope I catch a couple.
My thumb's still kind of.
Uh,
My thumb's still cut on the very tip.
yeah, my index finger is tore up. I put that big brook trout. It was so long, and I was trying to work on it to get the hook out. So I kind of put the thing under my arm like a football and was cradling it upside down, and then put my finger up through the cheek and not through the mouth. And the thing was being a good boy at first, and then he shook like a daggone dog trying to get water off its back, and it put all those spiny teeth. I was ready to cry. Freaking thing tore me up. I had drops of blood on the rock. It was rolling down my arm. So
Yeah.
it spined me up pretty good there at them little twofers.
Well, that's an epic fishing adventure that we had between Friday
It was good.
and Saturday. Jerk baits and buzz baits was the ticket on that trip.
Yep, it was very good.
Yep.
But I lost my black and silver, so I got to go buy another black and silver.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. All right. Epic fishing trip.
Buzz baits, jerk baits. Try them out.
Clarion River, undisclosed area.
Yes. All right.
Secret spot.
We'll see everybody on 129.
9.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes. Happy Father's Day.